And welcome to another Tuesday night watch talk. I'm Bobby Legs. How's everybody doing this evening? Thank you for joining us. And infinitely precious luxury, sporting a Blue Jays hat. Uh, I don't know if you know, or if you're wearing the hat just because you're a Blue Jays fan, or
No,
because
I'm super excited about baseball.
okay,
Spring training, pretty awesome. Do you like jokes about baseball, Yabi?
I love jokes about baseball.
You
Do
love
you have
jokes about
one?
baseball. Yeah, I do. I do. So what does baseball and the latest Moser release have in common?
I don't know.
Thinking about either of them will get rid of an unwanted erection. There you go. But I mean, I don't know how you feel about the blue. It's a like it's a bird logo, so you might be. I don't know how you sort of fall into that, but I think for the most part, that I think about 90% of people that'll hold up.
Yeah, no. I'm an Oriole fan, also a
Yeah,
bird.
yeah.
Um,
So there
Well,
we go.
yeah, no, wait, good start to the stream. What do you got on? What do you have wearing on wrist today?
Uh, I took the blue in for its annual physical, so I've got it on wrist today.
Oh,
I
very,
haven't been
very nice.
wearing it that much. Like I think I've worn it maybe like 3 times this year since like the year changed over. So
Do you f- do you find yourself wearing it less because of kind of like, the the uh the lore of the watch, like, now it's like kind of very sought after,
nah,
or
it's just
okay,
I just don't reach for it.
okay.
And I went to my AD today, and I was looking at the Ferrier, right?
Hmm.
And I saw the ice blue Ferrier, the Galet,
Hmm.
and I was just
Yeah,
like, this is a sweet watch. And then I'm like,
yeah.
I don't even wear my blue that much. So
Mm.
he was asking me whether I wanted to make do some Sanjay style wheeling and dealing for the Ferrier, but I was like, you know what? I don't even wear the blue that much, and they kind of fit in the same sort of category. It's like it's not really truly formal, but
Yeah,
it's like dress casual, you know. So it's like I think if I were to add another dress style watch, it'll be something more traditional, like a Calatrava or like a Vacheron, like traditional. Um,
gotcha.
yeah. So
Did he actually invoke Sanjay when he
no,
asked?
no, no,
No.
no, no,
Oh, oh, all
no.
right. That's too bad. It is the same AD, right?
Yeah, it's the same AD.
Same AD. Yeah.
Excellent. Chaz, do you have any baseball related or bird related jokes or Moser related jokes for me tonight? Or
Um,
I hit all
no
gosh,
three.
pressure. I know.
I was I'm just so enthralled with the logo. Um, I think birds just make such a natural connection with watches. You know, um,
I see what you're doing.
Didn't you get a Blue Jay coin this week?
I see what you're doing.
No, I'm serious. Just like
Yeah.
what a coincidence. Marcus has a Blue Jay hat on.
So the Canadian Mint, right?
Oh,
They make beautiful commemorative coins, right? Probably the best in the world, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Now, I'm no coin expert. I do like coins. And one day I would like to, take that hobby a little bit more seriously. I certainly have a very good friend of mine who is a dealer, a coin dealer, and he knows what he's talking about. And so
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm looking at Jazz.
uh,
I'm looking at you.
yeah,
Apologies. Sorry.
no worries.
Totally bizarre laughter.
And so yeah, I mean, there's this coin, that it's like a 1 ounce silver coin, and it has a blue jay on it. Very, you guys can laugh all you want. All right, I'm gonna pull it up and show you guys, and you're gonna tell me that this is probably the most beautiful coin you have ever
I'm
seen.
I'm going to go ahead and concede before I see it. Uh,
No, you're not off the hook that easily. You know, they'll still hook that easily. Let me bring it up here.
I did see it. It's a beautiful coin.
I mean, look at this thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. You know.
Is it have the colors too?
Oh yeah.
How do they do that?
So I'm not 100% sure. There's different ways you can do it. You know, there's
Mm.
like enameling. There's laser,
Mm.
like whatever. I mean, like it's just beyond my scope. Like I was
Mm.
trying to pinpoint like what they did actually with this one.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if I did a little bit more research, I could figure it out. But I don't care how they did it. I mean,
Mm.
they did it, and
Yeah.
it's a good looking. Look, I mean, what started this was I'm thinking of like, you know, what are other ways where you can put your money to work for you these days, right? And or what are safe bets? And I was looking into gold and silver, and especially with silver, I'm coming to the realization that you know, it's not a good time to buy silver, because some of these coins where you want to buy silver, if you're not going to buy bars, right? You know, the premium above spec is just too much. It just doesn't make sense. So like silver is trading at 25 dollars an ounce or something like that, and not this coin in particular, but if you pick up like a regular maple leaf, Canadian maple leaf, I mean, you're paying like 32, 33 bucks. So that's like $7 or $8 over. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just realizing, you know, how silly this is going in a different direction here than. Anyway,
So
so Chaz, what do you have on wrist?
Um, yeah, I'm wearing the Paul side of the moon tonight. So what's
Awesome.
that?
You love that watch.
I
Oh
do.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm smitten. So yeah, I really love it.
Awesome.
I
So
mean,
Ahmed,
it has no bird, but
no. Well, not all watches could
yeah,
have
I
silver.
noticed. I'm looking at this Canadian mint silver coin.
Yikes!
Yeah,
Yeah, nobody buy those.
mostly no birds. So
Well, these,
um,
yeah. I mean, like you got to look at more of the commemorative stuff. Like, you know, like in the last couple of years, they've done some beautiful
bear.
birds. So look, the one way I guess you make money on this or make smart buys if you're buying like bulk, like huge amounts of silver coins.
Moose,
Um, Other than
eagle.
that, it doesn't make any sense. Gold, I just don't know. But anyway, what it comes down to at the end of the day, it's better to buy Rolex.
huh?
Better to buy
That's
Yeah,
Rolex.
Yeah.
we should
I mean,
get
that's.
back to your Rolex, Bobby.
oh yeah, I'm
But
wearing the.
Bob,
Nice.
you ever collected duck stamps?
I don't know how to answer that.
Duck
No, I.
stamps. If you look at the art on how they select the art for the duck stamps, I would just steer you in that direction. If you have the duck stamps have this, they have a lot of them increase in value.
Mhm.
So you can collect, but also you can look at it as an investment.
Yeah,
Plus, I mean, the artwork on those waterfowl. Oh my
yeah,
goodness! I
yeah.
don't know if it's Blue Jay level, but it's right up there.
I like a nice mallard. You know, nice
Yeah,
mallard duck, green head.
yeah. I like the teal family,
Yeah.
green wing, cinnamon. Uh, but yeah, I would just steer you toward the duck stamps.
Mm.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Good tip.
Good to have you,
yeah.
Ahmed. So it's been a while.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's good
nice
to be
to.
here.
Yeah. Good.
Um, oh, I got to
Yep.
mute for a second.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Hey, let's say hello to the chat while Ahmed comes back to us. Here we have hey Rob from Mountain Standard Time. How you doing, sir? Billy K is here. Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing? Dan is here. AZ Clayton's here. Justin is strapped in. What's up, Deech? Bigfoot. He's back. How are you? Wilson's here. Mike is here. How you doing, Mike? Hey, Young Excellency from Atlantic, Canada. Colin is here. How are you? Steve Time Hills here. Hobby Bobby. Marceau, what is going on? Caliber YQG is here as well. Joey B, what's up? Cowboy Swami, hey buddy, what's going on? Nice to join. Mr. Casio, Seamaster back on wrist. Let us know what you're wearing on wrist today. Hey, here's Jared. What's going on, Jared? Hey, Justin International Watch Wrangler. Oh yeah, that's right. Colin is. Maybe he'll tell us some. Hey, Detroit Spartan here. What's going on, sir? B-Dev, how are you? Scrolling down, and
Oh,
why do birds suddenly appear? We lost Chaz, but I'm sure he'll come back. Maybe he's looking for some of those duck stamps he was telling me about. KR Joy's here. What is up? Paul, what's going on? Bobby is here. Justin, oh, I know this stream won't lay an egg. Good one.
Chaz, your audio is like worse if possible. I don't know.
I thought the audio was okay before, but now you're very, very quiet.
And you've got feedback.
I can hear you. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
We can hear you, but there's feedback coming from your.
Oh my goodness.
Don't worry, Chaz.
It's all right.
You'll figure it out.
We'll get it. I think the other one was better.
I'm just gonna mute Chaz for a second here. Neff is here. How you doing? Are you back on, Chaz?
Gotcha.
Are you back on?
If you can hear me, I can hear you.
Yeah. No,
now
you're
we're
good. You're good.
Okay.
Hey, Dib is here. Welcome back, Dib. How are you doing, my friend? Ken here, all the way from Pittsburgh. Let's see here.
Dib got back to the U.S. yesterday and was in an AD and a gray marketplace today on day 2 back in the U.S.
Justin, yeah, look at all the foliage. Yeah, the foliage surrounding the blue jay really kind of puts the blue jay in perspective and really kind of like shows it off very, very nicely. I agree. Jeffrey Teach, thanks, Jeff. $10 for the coin fund.
Nice.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, Dave is here. Is that Sriracha polished? No, but I'm sure there's some coins that have that. Mez9 is here. How you doing, sir? Okay. So Amit, what we haven't seen you in a while. What's new, man?
No, nothing much. Good to be here. Been a little swamped with work lately, but today was a good day. So
Yeah.
glad to be with you. Wearing my Bulgari today. And I love this watch. I should wear it more.
And I'm glad you're wearing that because we're going to be talking about Bulgari and a new release that came out this week, along with Moser and some other releases. Hey, Steve, Bobby, what is your least favorite bird and why is it geese? It's not geese, it's a parakeet. Parakeets are my least favorite.
You like
Kevin,
geese?
Look, we know the deal with geese, right? Huge turds on the golf course, right?
Yeah.
And on not that I play golf, but but just they're big turds, and other than that, I really don't mind them so much. I've eaten Christmas goose before, not bad. Yeah, no, geese are okay. Geese are all right. Stamps, really? Yeah, stamps. Maybe I don't know if I'm ready for stamps. Marcus, I'm sorry. We'll move on from the coins. Sorry, buddy.
Before we get into the main stuff, can we put up a poll? Like I'm glad Amin's back, but can we put up a poll? Like who is going to return first? Like Ben Simmons to the Nets or Cho to the live stream?
Joe was here 2 weeks ago, right?
Was he?
2 weeks ago?
A couple weeks ago.
Because I've been wanting to come on at the same time as Joe, but then today he's like he was a late no, and I was like still got to come.
It's gone from Kyrie to Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to do a poll? Okay.
I'm just playing.
No, let's do it. Who?
Joe's had a lot on his plate, but I think Joe's around the corner.
Joe's around the corner.
Yeah.
So, Joe.
I think Joe is more of a Clay Thompson. He's been back-to-back injuries, but
Anthony Davis maybe.
Maybe Anthony Davis.
Or Kyrie to the Nets, right?
No, Ben Simmons to the Nets.
Ben Simmons. Okay.
Kyrie's only playing halftime. That's me. I'm more Kyrie. Like I show up half the time, but like consistently half the time.
Mm.
Okay.
You're more than half. Well, yeah, maybe lately half.
Okay. Oh, Howard, how you doing? What's going on? Hey, Random Rob's here wearing the Formex Field. Very nice. Andres is wearing the CQ Panorama Date. Very, very beautiful watch for sure. Hey, Roy the Tiger, how you doing? Welcome. We're talking coins, stamps, and maybe watches today, and a lot about birds. I know Amin is trying to get me to go off on birds, but I think I may fight it.
No.
Lord Lofi's here. How you doing, sir?
Formex Field looks cool. I wasn't aware of this one. Is it more recent?
I think it just came out. I think
Yeah.
it came out recently. Yeah. Joe Given, the high fives. Okay. Here we go. The Formex.
Yeah. And it looks pretty neat. It's different.
Is that a titanium or just a matte case?
Titanium. Grade 2 titanium. 41 millimeters. Special hardening treatment. I think Salida, $7.95. I think it's pretty cool.
Joey's saying that Marcus will buy a Nomos before Simmons plays again.
Yeah, he's not playing this year.
I mean, like, was he like the most overrated player in the last like couple of years for sure? Like, I mean, is there anybody who was more overrated than him when he came into the league? Like everybody was saying he was like the next LeBron, the Australian LeBron.
Yeah, I would say definitely. And it's a function of how the salary cap works, right? So like with the escalators and the performance escalators, and the fact that he got all those undeserved All NBA titles, like that's how his contract ballooned out of reasonableness. But yeah, back to the Formex. I don't hate it. If you were to buy a micro brand and like sort of in that price range and deviate from the usual suspects, like like Oris, Longines, even Tag. Like if you bought that Formex, I don't hate it.
Yeah. Just the same. Formex reminds me of contraception, the contraceptive. Really throws me off. I don't, I know people get, twisted about the name. It doesn't really bother me that much. But I mean, there's some things, there's some names and some like logos that bother me. It's just this one just doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But I've had one on the show for review, and I thought it was a pretty good watch. Thought it pretty good, yeah. Paul's saying I'd rather have that Formex than a Swatch equivalent. They are Swiss made versus lower end Swatch China. Okay. Kevin's saying that the Kardashians ruin all athletes.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the other shoe to drop on Devin Booker. We'll see if the Suns flame out this year, then we'll know it's true.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. What do you say we talk about some new releases? There are some that I would love to get a hot take from the crew. Let's share my screen here. Let's just quickly go here before we go to the Moser. This Bulgari, I think it's set some records here, right, for the thinnest watch. Amin, as our residential Bulgari owner, what say you about this one?
I actually love it. I've seen mostly negative comments, and price aside, because it's stratospheric price, but so it's the thinnest mechanical watch now, right? In existence, in production. Just I think they use the case backplate as the as you know, a structural part for the movement. They had to put the hours, the minutes, the seconds, all I think in the same plane in order to get this to work. I didn't read, you know, that extensively about it, but I think it's really cool looking. The fact that they did a QR code for whatever the hell that is doesn't bother me. I think it still looks cool. Like, it's not a, what is it, an NFT? It's not appealing to me on the basis of it being a QR code, but I can kind of just ignore that part aspect of it, and I think it's cool looking, and the what they accomplished is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they accomplished is awesome. I don't think, you know, look, I mean, I think it, you know, going for a really thin watch is awesome, and when you wear a nice little dress piece that's thin and it almost feels like it's not there, I mean, there's something nice about that. But I mean, I would be almost afraid to wear this thing. I mean, I don't know anything about
Yeah, I mean, it's
the,
like a couple millimeters thick, and it's $400,000. I would not wear
yeah,
this thing. It would
yeah,
not be you know, I wouldn't wear it either.
yeah,
But I love it. I think it's so super cool.
yeah. I mean, so it's a 1.8 millimeter. Is that,
Yeah,
wow? That's
some
bananas.
something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there a profile shot? It looks crazy. It just
Yes, there
yeah
was a profile shot. Let me scroll up here. Yeah, I mean,
yeah
it's not exactly the best profile
yeah
shot,
yeah, but it's
but you
bananas.
get the idea. You get the idea. Chaz, what do you think about this piece?
I didn't read the detail. Does this hack? You know, because if it doesn't hack, I'm just, you know, I mean, how can you say you're really innovative if your movement doesn't even hack? No, I appreciate the technology and the innovation. You know, they're pressing the envelope that they've been pressing for a long time, and you know, you kind of have to set some things aside. It's not a watch that I don't think any of us would be interested in buying.
Mm-hmm.
But I think all of us can appreciate the innovation, the technology, the craftsmanship. You know, that's got to translate into their watches to improve, in my opinion, all their other watches. So, you know, I appreciate it. I think I mean, anytime you can be they're the thinnest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's pretty impressive.
Marcus?
If if I got this watch for free, I'm gonna disagree with you guys. Like, I would totally wear this every day because I wouldn't care if it broke. Like, I don't care about the innovation. I respect the innovation, but I hate this release. Like, aesthetically, with every fiber of my being. Like, I previously I did not care who won the slimness Olympics, like whether it's Piaget or Bulgari, but this watch has driven me so exclusively into Team Piaget. So when they compete for the slimmest watch, I'm Team Piaget from now on because of this watch. That's my take.
Let me ask you. Can I share a screen here?
Absolutely.
All right. So if this were not a QR code, if it were something else, some kind of engraved other thing,
I
the
just don't
rest
like
of
the
the
dead
watch
space.
aesthetically is not, you don't like it? I
Yeah,
love it.
I don't like that dead space. Like, it would have to be
Hmm.
something much more interesting. Even an engraving, I think, would be it would make it better. But I just don't like that dead space.
Man, I love it.
BDiv says, who cares? Only 10 available. Talk about watches we can actually buy. Fair enough. Caliber saying pricey because probably had to make 20 of them before they get one good one. Detroit Spartan could snap it like a potato chip. Absolutely.
You
Rick says, got to give kudos to Bulgari for innovation, unlike another brand with a release today. Oh, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Dan is saying, I'd rock this Octo. So Neff doesn't like it. They ruined it with the QR code, in his opinion. That's all he could see. Piaget killer. Bobby disapproves. Absolutely. I love Piaget.
Is this really a Piaget killer? It's just replaced Piaget in the slimmest thing, but who in their right mind would buy this over like an Altiplano concept? Like, anyway.
Neff, thank you, Marcus. Tear this thing up. I'd much rather have the Piaget. Just to say, put a bird on it. Interesting.
They're missing a golden opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Come back here, and let's talk about Moser. And I was watching some of the chat that was going on today in Facebook groups and whatnot, and one of our panelists had a very strong opinion about this. Marcus, do you want to expound on your feelings about this release?
I mean, I just it's yawn. This is like Moser's turning into everything that they're making fun of. This is basically I've run out of ideas after the Blue Lagoon concept watch. It looks like pond scum, so that's my hot take.
Okay.
I don't want to get us blacklisted by Mayland, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But we might already have gotten with the cold open.
Amin, what do you think?
You know, for me, I actually like it based on this picture, right? So now I'm looking at a different picture on a different monitor. It just caught me when I saw it, and I was thinking, this doesn't look as good. Maybe it's just my lighting on my monitor. Can I share this for a second?
Absolutely.
Oh, I guess on your screen it looks the same.
That looks bad.
It looks worse, I think, in this picture. But basically, I like the concept dial endeavors. Blue Lagoon is one of my favorite Mosers. I like the fact that they did enamel. I like that it's translucent. The way they did it reminds me of the Anordain that has a similar dial. I think I like it. I mean, just in general, my first blushes, I think I like it. Some of their other, they do keep on bringing out variants of this, right? So they've got endeavors with stone dials. They've got them with those mosaic dials. And I'm getting some fatigue for that too. And I think some of the stuff they brought out to me is terrible, like the perpetual with all the labels written all over it. I thought was awful. This I like, and I don't know about how it would look on the wrist if I would like it as much as I think I would, but it's probably maybe my second favorite after the Blue Lagoon as far as the endeavor concepts. Some disappointments still, like I think if they're going to have this kind of hammered finish under the enamel from Moser for $20,000 watch, I'd want it to be like actually hammered. I suspect this is stamped because they said like hammering, like, which pretty much I think means stamped underneath it. Anyway, I'm mostly positive on this one.
What do you think, Chaz?
Well, I root for Moser. I've always admired their watches. I think they've got a couple of models. The Green Dragon is one of my, it's kind of out of my category, but it's an aspirational watch, and I like their Pioneer center seconds. That's probably more down toward my level.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent about this one. I think, sometimes in the renders, those things or the initial pictures, they don't look as good. But if you see one in person, I think you'd be, maybe it would look better. this is not a watch I would purchase, even if I were in that category. But I'm not as, I don't think I'm as strong on it as Marcus is.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say one other thing, and that is that even if you think that they're out of ideas or just keep on bringing out variants of the Endeavor, I think they've done a really good job of making these 4 lines: Streamliner, Pioneer, Endeavor, Heritage. There are very few brands that have more than 1 or 2 lines that are any good, or that you can point to. And they've got at least a strong watch, I would say, in each one of these lines.
Yeah, very true. I'm also pretty indifferent to this release. I'm more of a fan of the pre-Milan Mosers.
This looks terrible. Sorry.
Yeah,
This right
no
here.
worries. And I like the Green Dragon, like as well, Chaz. So like this doesn't really, I don't hate it. I don't pay that much attention to Moser anymore. I used to, maybe about a year or two ago. So for me, it's a little bit of a yawn. But yeah.
This one's pretty expensive, isn't it? Isn't it over 20,000 US?
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot, right? I mean,
that's a lot of money. There's a lot of competition at that price, really.
Yeah, I agree. I'd go Breguet. I mean, totally different. Go Breguet. At that price range. Anyway, Neff, it's a Anodane on a Moser. I like it. Algae, Wilson says. Same old movement, same old case, blah, says Rick. Marcel is saying it's lime peel. Anodane did it better. Blue green algae fume. Blue lagoon, sorry, versus pond scum. Yikes.
I think looking at the pictures, this is probably one where on the wrist, depending on the light, you really kind of probably have to hold this one to know whether it looks more like pond scum or pretty cool looking.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a single person has ever seen a Moser in real life and said, gee, this looks so much better in the pictures. Can't read it, automatically fail for me. Colin, Moser is basically Grand Seiko for indie snobs now. Wow. Colin coming strong with that statement.
I agree.
Paul saying, sweet, I'll get the PT Cruiser out of the shop. Man, that's got to be one of the worst releases, car releases in the last, when did that come out? Like 20, 25 years ago? Like the new PT Cruisers. That was just terrible. I know 0 people that ever got that. But I had seen them when it came out. It was just very, very, just an ugly looking car. Don't
Were
get
you ever
it.
a Firebird fan, Rob?
I did like the Firebird. I was more of a Camaro guy.
I didn't know if the Firebird.
Oh, I see, because of the bird. Yeah, I see. I see what you mean. I did. I mean, the bird. I mean, it was kind of cool on the hood, right? The Phoenix.
Pretty good logo.
Whatever. Pretty good logo. You guys are
Phoenix. It's that's a bird. The Phoenix.
Any Omega Swatch collab talk yet? Well, that's 4 days from now, right?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? Like, does anybody have like a prediction of what that is? Do we care? I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of interested.
About it.
I'm kind of interested. Yeah. Yes. No.
I think it's gonna. From what I've seen, it seems like it's gonna be like a multi-piece release that's gonna get really, really expensive really quickly. If you want to collect the entire set.
Gotcha.
And so I'm just not gonna have any interest whatsoever.
I hear you. Okay. Kevin says I'd get the green Equiterra. That's a beautiful watch. Fiero Rocks. Pontiac Aztec. That was a terrible looking car too. Sorry for anybody who had that. Justin's mom had one. Sorry, Justin.
Mm.
The Aztec or the PT Cruiser? I mean, I never had a Camaro with T-tops, but man, I love that look. But my favorite muscle car was the Grand National. That no bird relation with the Grand National, but that was just an awesome car. Fiber was on Rockford Files. I don't know, man. I every time my dad put on Rockford Files, man, I just head for the hills. It just wasn't my kind of show, you know. Love smoking the Bandit. Bioceramic Speedmaster, is that possible? Do you think they're going to do that? Do you think they're going to make a release Omega Classics a la Swatch esque? If that makes any sense. Do you know what I mean? Like a studio, like a System 51 Speedmaster. If not, but I know that's not possible.
I don't think it's going to be a System 51 Speedmaster. I think it's going to be space themed with clear Omega cues.
Okay.
And I think they're going to borrow from like previous Omega releases. So you're talking like, you know, like the engraved Apollo dial, the planetary subdials, all that stuff. Maybe the Buzz Aldrin, like, you know, butt picture on the Apollo 11 moon landing. So I think that's what they might be doing is they might be taking cue, like it's going to be space themed, but it's going to be like cues from previous Speedmaster limited editions. That's my working theory.
Okay. I hope you're right, because I think that's kind of cool, but bummed about your other feeling about it being a series and you got to collect it all and kind of stuff. Back to new releases, and something came out today that is very, very interesting, and that is the MAD1 Red by MB&F, a more affordable release, a follow-up to a similar release, I think it was last year, that was only made available to people who had already bought MB&Fs before. This one is open more to general public. It's actually in the lottery system today. I know I put myself down in the lottery. Did you guys?
I did.
Yep.
I didn't.
You did, but you still have some time, Marcus. Right?
I don't hate this watch.
Mhm.
I hope whoever from our group who put their name down gets one. But I think it would, for me, like wearing it and owning it would be infuriating. I don't think I would like to use it as a watch. And generally, unlike other people who use their phones to tell time, I do use my watch to tell time. So I think I would be kind of infuriated to actually wear this watch as a watch. So that's why I passed.
I gotcha. There's certainly I could definitely see that, right? But there's something that intrigues, like the fact that, like, you know, these MB&F, the collabs, typically are like astronomical in price.
Yeah.
And extremely popular, though, right? The fact that they're coming out with, or you can have a chance to own one at a fairly reasonable price. Look, I know it doesn't have all bells and whistles. It's got a Miyota movement. It's not a bad movement, just off the shelf, typical movement. It's intriguing to me, right? It's intriguing to me. You know, it's almost like buying the worst house in a really nice block, right? I mean, like, you know, it's you know, you got good company around you, right? And you could always build up that house, but whatever. Anyway, that's the metaphor stops there. But I mean, like, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I definitely like this more than anything Corono has put out, and I like this more than anything that Ming has put out. I'm just gonna say that.
Fair
But
enough.
I just, again, I don't own any of those watches from those brands, and I think if I were to get one from those three, like this, it would be this one.
Yeah.
Like I would take this over anything from Corono or Ming, personally.
Yeah. Chaz, what say you about this one?
Well, I mean, I'm a big fan of MB&F. It's obviously not a watch not in that category of watches, but I appreciate their designs and even the stuff that's way out there. You know, I just appreciate what they do. And yeah, I had gotten their little robo toy that they sell,
Yeah.
cheap thing. Well, I mean, cheap compared to everything else they sell.
Yeah.
And I had made the statement that's probably as close to an MB&F as I'm ever going to get. And then they introduced this lottery,
Yeah.
and I thought maybe that is as close to an MB&F as I can ever get.
Yeah.
But I'm like Marcus. I wouldn't get it. I would get it more for the novelty of what that watch. I think it's good looking. I mean, I wouldn't use it as a timepiece. But I would sure wear it.
Yeah.
I would enjoy it.
Yeah. And this has got to be right up your alley.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. I mean, I like it a lot. At the price it's at, I think, when Marcus talks about Corono, or like when I think about independent watchmakers who make high-end stuff and then have like a more affordable line, like Corono or like SUF, or I'm trying to think of other examples. Like, this is actually the best of those to me.
Yeah,
Most of
definitely.
the time, like you get this like incredibly exorbitant price independent watchmaker, and then they make like some lower price thing for the masses that has none of the stuff that makes their stuff cool. And here, you can see that it's it's an art piece. It's not like they just said, MAD1 is, for people who can't afford MB&F, and then just made a regular watch, right? They put something creative into this. And I think it actually looks really nicely made too. It's not, they used Miyota, and the finishing is not like high end, but I think it looks great. So I threw my lottery ticket in there, and I'll love to wear it if it happens.
Yeah. I mean, I know a bunch of us have, beyond this group that's here in the panel. I think a lot of people in the chat have thrown their hat in, and hopefully at least one of us gets one. I mean, I hope it's me. I hope it's me. Really, I got to be honest with you. I hope it's me.
I don't think they said how many or what,
No,
right?
They did.
So this could be they could be like Ming in that one way, right? They could say like out of the 4 million flippers who put in for lottery tickets, 300,000 of you will get it in December. Could be the biggest money making thing for their company.
Yeah, it's very smart that they're not putting a number on it, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's a great, like I said, I think it's a great opportunity to own or be part of a very exclusive group who owns MB&F watches. I mean, we don't know how many of they're going to make of this. It doesn't matter. I think it's kind of cool, and that's part of the draw for me. And the overall design and look, it's out there, and it's so out there that I think I love it, and would love to. I would just wear this as a work of art on my wrist,
I kind of like working to get the time too. I don't mind that one bit. Like I know that strictly comes down to preference. And Dan before excluded the Moser because you can't see what time it is exactly, and I'm the opposite. If I can kind of figure out what the hell time it kind of is by working hard, I'm with it.
Yeah. Colin saying this is a limited production. They said there will be a low 4 digits in an Instagram comment. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a shame. I mean, like, I just like to see like all of us get a chance to really own one of these. It's not an MB&F watch by any stretch. I don't look. I think we know what you mean, Rick. But whatever.
It's like Corona to Hajime.
Yeah.
Except that it's cool.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. I mean, a Corona could be cool. Depends on what you like.
I do love it. I'd love it if MB&F used it to help graduate some new watchmakers so they can make it work without taking time from the people making perpetual calendars.
I don't think anyone's hands who've ever made a perpetual calendar will touch any one of these 1,000 watches. I'll just say that.
I will tell you, it's not obviously not an MB&F, but MB&F is Max Busser and friends, and Max Busser conceived of this, and the same designer Eric Giraud, who has designed many MB&F watches, is his friend and designed this watch. So it was conceived and designed by Max Busser and friends.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else that we'd want to talk about. Oops. That's any other new
Oh, we have
releases,
to talk
guys?
about the Greubel.
Okay.
Yes, we have to talk about the Greubel.
Yep. Where did it just come out?
Yeah.
All right, let me just do new in 2022. Greubel. What?
I think you've got to go to. I think maybe you've got to go to Hodinkee, unfortunately.
Seiko. There we go. Okay, Marcus, kick it off. What do you say?
I don't have words for this. This is an incredible watch. I'm ready to hand out my award for best watch release of the year.
Whoa, we're not even at the end of March.
That is incredible. Look at that bracelet. Look at that. Look at the sort of the dial. It is a metropolis of movements. The 3D effect. This is the most. I'm just speechless when I look at this. I love it. I don't think it's not the most complex Greubel for sure, but for me this is it's right up there with how appealing it is as a complete package, as something that I would love to wear on wrist.
328,000. It's a beautiful watch. I no doubt.
And I mean, I was telling you guys this in the chat, right? I was looking at this, and it just made me sort of kind of hate the LF Auto Sport more. I know that the LF is maybe like a fraction of the price of this, but like if you're gonna go into sports watches, this is how you do it right. Like you don't do the Hector, you don't do the automatic, you don't do whatever. Yeah, you don't do what, like this is how you do it right. Honestly, I'm just, it's a ton of money, but I mean I've always joked that, like, you know, Greubel is the brand for people with RM money, but with taste. And this just confirms it. Like, it's a mic drop release.
Would you burn it down, Marcus, like Colin says?
I kind of want to save like what I'm going to say about this watch, because this is almost certainly going to be an end of year award. So I don't want to. I'm going to save that for the end of the year, because this is going to be one of the awards.
Interesting. It's a cool looking watch. I mean, I really don't know much about it. It looks, I think it looks pretty cool. That's my expert opinion.
The problem is with pictures of Greubel, like it's really, I think that even with high quality Greubel pictures, like it hurts the brand, like it hurts the perception more than shitty Grand Seiko stock photos, because you cannot appreciate like the 3D effect of these movements. right? So like with just any stock photography, no matter how good quality, you're never going to be able to fully appreciate the Greubel unless you see it like in video, like you need to see high quality video of this to appreciate it.
It's amazing that it's only 43.5 wide and 13.75 thick. I mean, they've got two balances, both inclined. So much depth for a watch that's not that thick.
Yeah, and all the beauty is on the front, right? So like the complexity of the movement is on the dial side, it's on the wrist. You don't have to like take the watch off and look at the case back, because there's nothing on the case back, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Greubel. It's like it's all the high horology crap is on, like it's when you see it when it's on your wrist.
That's I'm a huge proponent of display case backs, but the exception is when you can see the mechanics and the finishing so much on the dial side. Then it's unimportant.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a ridiculously sick watch.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how the power differential works, like so that it's sending power to, how it distributes power to both balances. I know like the principle of the tilted balance is sort of supposed to be better timekeeping positionally, but like in this case, when you have two of them in two different orientations, it seems like they should partially cancel out and be even better at
And I don't think I'll ever have one of these on the wrist. I'll never be fortunate enough to have one of these on the wrist. But from what I've heard from people who tried on the bracelet and all that, it seems like this is best in class bracelet. Like when we
it's really good looking.
Yeah, but it's like I mean ergonomics.
Yeah. Yeah, but it costs as much as a house.
Yeah.
Any guess? Does it hack? Probably, right?
I think it does. I think Greubels do hack. You have to ask Rick. Maybe Rick can tell us whether his Greubel hacks, because I think most. I think they do.
I still like the ones with the GMT and the globe and the sports watch. They're still my favorite. Their sports line is my favorite line of theirs, and the ones with the globe and world time and GMT, I think are ridiculous looking. But this looks amazing.
Kevin S is saying, go to Watch Time New York City. You can try these on all day. Really? Dan is saying the differential has an indicator that rotates every 4 minutes.
Yeah, I wonder what that means. Is that telling you how much power is going to one versus the other, and it's cycling over 4 minutes? Like I see the indicator, but what is it indicating?
Yeah, I don't think it's anything too significant.
Man, what a watch!
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, are you guys? Anybody got a horse in a race this weekend for the NCAA? Anybody rooting for any teams? Sweet 16.
I'm just like Kentucky's out, so I'm pretty happy. And I'm just waiting for Duke to be out. So I don't really have a team. I guess I'll nominally root for Gonzaga. They deserve one eventually.
Chaz, I know your Vols.
Yeah, we ran out of gas and lost to a better Michigan team. Congrats to them. And all that matters to me is that I finish on top of my immediate family. We always do a bracket contest, and I've got the most competitive kids and wife of anybody, and so I just hope to maintain respectability so I don't have to be shamed for a solid year.
Yeah.
So.
To no surprise, I'm rooting for the Peacocks, St. Peter's
yeah.
University. based in Jersey City, where I grew up.
What's
And,
their mascot again?
The peacocks.
Peacocks.
Yeah,
My goodness.
beautiful
You ever
bird.
see a peacock
a-
around New
that's an-
Jersey?
A peacock in New Jersey? No,
Yeah, no.
no. I haven't. I've
Are
seen it
they
in California.
native? Are they native to New Jersey?
No, not native to New Jersey. Not native to the United States, I believe.
Oh, okay.
What's the most
Flamingo.
unexpected
Flamingo.
bird you've seen in Jersey? Would you say, Rob?
So like a few weeks ago, I was driving. I had dropped off my son and daughter at preschool, and I was driving through like a country road, like a wooded road, and I saw something that caught my eye, and I went over and looked at it. Well, I didn't stop over and look at it, but I looked at it, and it looked like kind of like a road runner. Like, I mean, like it looked it looked, but it looked like something that didn't belong here. You know what I mean? It almost looked like a velociraptor kind of. I don't know. I don't. It was like skinny, and it wasn't a chicken. It wasn't a chicken, but it was. I did a double take. I'm like, what is that? Like, and it just makes. Like I was telling some of you guys like earlier, like you'd be surprised. I mean, I'm sure there's species out here that we don't even know that exist, that nobody's discovered and put their name on it. So maybe that's the Legnoski wrapper. I don't know. Bobby Legs raptor.
Did you follow it?
No. I mean, it was quick. I mean, I was driving in my car. You know what I mean? Like, and it just like went in. It was on the side of the road, and then went in there, and like apparently there's roadrunners in New Jersey. But if you see the picture of the roadrunners that are native to New Jersey or that live in New Jersey, that did not look like it. It looked like it had the. It looked like it had the head, the head of a cardinal, but the body of a roadrunner. I mean, that's the best way I could describe it.
Wow. You
may have identified a brand new species.
New species.
Like it almost looked like. Look, it's seriously like my mind went into like, because like it was like a big farm, like a big property in the back, like a whole huge property gated, and there was a nice little house in the back. I'm like, oh man, maybe there's like a mad scientist that lives in there, like and he's like
species.
Yeah.
He's like trying to genetically modify birds.
You may be onto something.
Yeah. I know I sound ridiculous. I get that. Okay. But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with birds. I find them fascinating, yet I find them like, oh, get away from me. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But I appreciate really beautiful birds. I mean, I love hummingbirds. I mean, I wish we could get some more hummingbirds in a property. Woodpeckers here are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful birds. I mean, you could hear them like all day, and but they're very interesting. So,
hey, I haven't been on in a while, and I think I usually when we're going through all these new watch releases, I have a tendency to bring up a release at the end that Marcus rolls his eyes at, and then it's time to close the stream. So
yeah,
for old time's sake, what do you guys think of these new Quartz Maurice Lacroix watches?
Yeah.
Like this, they're in the Acon series. They're like $700. They are they're some diamond ones for $1,000, diamond indices. I think Dan thought these were a good value proposition earlier today. He was saying something like that.
In the spirit of a backhanded compliment, these are probably the best looking watches made out of recycled garbage so far, right? These are recycled, and I actually do find these more interesting than the multicolored Aquaterra releases. I'll say that.
Okay.
And that's more of an indictment of the Aquaterra releases.
I think they're kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Dan did not say they're a good value prop. He said they're a horrendous value. I was just kidding about that. He was quite vehement about the almost $1,000 for a plastic quartz watch that looked like a Swatch.
Pale Horse. Next week, I'll provide a sketch of what I saw.
That's a great idea, though. Pale Horse.
Do you think that a bird like that is gives credence to the whole modern dinosaur as bird
Well,
theory?
I believe that they are descended from dinosaurs. Some sort of
all birds like
well, I don't know about all birds, but I think so. I think that the family gene this species genus. I don't know. Yeah, I think I don't know. That's a good question. I really don't know, but I thought I read somewhere that they are descended there from dinosaurs.
That's unless Jurassic Park is a total lie. That's kind of the point, right?
Yeah.
How they flock together.
Some of them had
they
feathers.
move in flocks. Yeah.
But I got to tell you, it's hard to see the resemblance of a dinosaur when I'm looking at an emperor penguin. I got to tell you, it doesn't really look very dinosaur-like to me. But look, it's evolution. Where the environment that generations of millions of years of evolution. I guess it's possible for it to look unlike a dinosaur, as maybe that creature that I saw on the side of the road, which I'll do a rendering of for next week. Yeah, it's very interesting. Look, I grew up in a city like area, and we like the only bird I saw was a pigeon. You know what I mean? And so coming out to the country, there's a lot of animals over here.
You see other ones that you're like, oh, that's not supposed to be in New Jersey.
What? It's not that it's not supposed to be in New Jersey. I'm just like pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh, this is New Jersey with these animals. You know what I mean? Like even when a couple weeks ago, like right out here, I saw a hawk eating a snake, and I'm like, what is that going on? Is that really happening?
Through the window?
Yeah, I was in the window. Like we have a little powder room, and I was like, going to the bathroom, and I look out the window. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure if that happened like 1,000 years ago, like that would be like the sign for Vikings to come raid your coastline. Like a hawk eating a bird. I'm pretty sure that's a sign that the Vikings are going to raid your coastline.
Hawk eating a snake? Yeah.
It has to be some kind of omen.
Yeah. But you know what the crazy thing is like we've been on this property for like 3 or 4 years. I'm sure it happens all the time. That's the first time I caught that. You know what I mean? Like there's so much going on.
You like hawks?
I love hawks. Yeah. They're cool, man. They're cool.
Hawks are pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome birds. I do like owls as well. So Steve asked me if I liked owls. I do like owls.
You like snakes?
You were
psyched to see the hawk get that snake.
I was just psyched to see nature. Like, like you used to see on PBS, you know what I mean? Like I'm actually witnessing, this, unbelievable. Like, look, turkey vultures eating stuff off the side of the road. You see that here like all the time, that's nothing. That's like, and that's Tuesday. That's today. Oh yeah. There's 10 turkey vultures eating, a deer. That's nothing. That I see that in my sleep. You know what I mean? But like a hawk eating a snake, like like he had to see this. Like this is like a garter snake. We're not talking like a big like python that you could see like from far away. This is like a snake from up high, just like swoops down and sees this thing among the thicket. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like in an open field where you seen like a snake going right through. Like this was under a tree by some like other vegetation. Just really phenomenal. I mean, like we have it so good. Do you know what I mean? As humans, like like I just like if I'm hungry, I just put a Pop-Tart in the toaster oven. That's me eating a snake without eating a snake. You know what I mean? Like there's like animals eating snakes right
That's
outside
wild.
my house.
We got
you
a
know?
question from the
incredible.
chat. Paul
Yeah.
Paul would like to know, and how many birds are in the room with you right now? Not including decorative birds and drawings and so forth.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any birds in here, like or drawings or whatnot. Like I'm not obsessed with birds. I just like you guys just like
I'm pretty sure when we're answering that kind of a viewer question, it's time to call it.
okay, fair enough. This is Bobby Legs Wild America. Perfect. Thank you, Mark. Guys, Amin, what do you got going on this week? You got anything coming up? Any videos? Anything?
I'm thinking of doing some reviews.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'm thinking about doing some reviews. This is my first step. Get back on stream.
Yeah.
Stretch out a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing a review.
Marcus, are you gonna go hit any Blue Jay games when the season starts?
I think probably once we're in the like real summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaz, I hope you win. I hope you win the from the Berg family pool.
Yeah,
And,
I just don't want to be dead last.
yeah.
My goal is just not to be dead last. So
No, I hear you.
I do need to say that my appearance tonight is sponsored by Arm and Self Straps. So a discount code March Madness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't look for that 25% off during the NCAA tournament, March Madness. So.
There you go. And don't forget to visit T-shirts by Kai. Code word Dib is back. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, chat. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
See you guys.
See you guys.